electricity companies have been jacking up people's supply charges from, $80 a day to $1.40, $1.70 a day. And so what happens if they just keep increasing the rates, like the not only the supply charges like they have, but also the usage rates, and the export rate for solar owners goes down to zero, as it has already for quite a lot of people. So I mean, if couldn't that potentially lead more people to just get off the grid altogether? And the number of people going off grid each year has been increasing in recent years. And if they do that, couldn't that then cause electricity companies to jack up the rates even further for everyone that's still connected to the grid? And if you considered that, that could just lead to more and more people just getting off the grid, and higher and higher rates for other people is a phenomenon known as, it's called the death spiral for electricity companies. And so, I mean, that seems like it's plausible that could happen. And so, if that did, then it just means it's going to get more and more expensive for everyone that still has to rent their electricity from the old aging electrical infrastructure. And so, yeah, it could cost people more and more over time. Except for people that get solar panels and batteries and end up spending a lot less over the long term. I mean, you wouldn't save it. It'd be about $17,000 to $80,000 or $90,000 or more that you'd save over 10 or more years, for a solar and battery system, depending on the size of it and depending on how much electricity you use each day. So a small home that has gas cooking, hot water, and um, gas cooking, hot water, and heating will use on the lower end of the range. So savings over 10 years would be more like 17 grand, with a small system. And then the home can, without electric vehicles, can use up to around 25 kilowatt hours a day when you include either split or ducted air conditioning systems. And if it's a fully electrified home, that's going to use more electricity. And then a home with electric vehicles, or two electric vehicles that drive a lot, or a pool, or a spa, or a sauna, or other high consuming electricity devices or appliances, that's going to use more electricity. So homes can use up to 50 kilowatt hours of electricity under those circumstances. And so, for a home that uses 50 kilowatt hours a day, the savings with around a 50 kilowatt hour battery and a larger solar system, like 13, 15, 20 kilowatts, will save around 80 to 90,000 or more over 10 years if the daily usage is around 40, 45, 50 or more kilowatt hours each day. So I'd like you to imagine, you're in the future, you've saved around that much. How would that have benefited you financially? Maybe it's paying off the mortgage earlier if you haven't paid it off yet. Maybe it's having more savings for retirement, or maybe it's just having more cash to go out on international holidays or other, luxury expenses, or maybe it's having more money for philanthropic purposes. So how would you see it benefiting you? Or it could be like just eating out more as well, or eating more healthy diet. It costs a little bit more than cheap food. So yeah, how would you see that having saved that much kind of savings, 17 to 80 grand over 10 years, really benefiting you? And how would that, if you've got a spouse or a family, like how would that how would that benefit them? And how would that improve your relationships with them? And then on the flip side, like what happens if you just kept renting your electricity from the grid with the costs going up each year? I mean, what sort of impact would that have on you? And would you want to go through that if you didn't have to?